powered by the Zapata brand studio. Straight out of Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z and the freak of New York, Greg Valentino.
We are live. Greg Valentino and Joe Zapata. How you doing, my buddy?
All right. I think we're alive, right?
Yep.
I think I'm alive. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. How you doing?
All right. I just same old bullshit. You know, I talked to George yesterday. He's doing good. I saw his video last night. He's sparring away. He looks good, man. George is looking
He does look good. He does look good.
I like George's haircut, by the way. Your brother,
like
George.
My brother, George?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You like his haircut. Everyone, if you like, subscribe. Also, Greg has his store up now. Go to his YouTube channel. Everyone wants those Momo shirts, his channel. Go there, go to the store, get hats, shirts, Momo. You can do the same thing with mine. My store is up also. You can go there, look for a shirt, whatever, tank top, whatever you want. Like and subscribe. Greg, did you hear about O.J. Simpson passed away today?
Yeah, I was just devastated.
Miss Bell 1388 is the first here. Miss Greg last night. How you doing, Miss Bell?
How you doing? Good seeing you. Thank you for being here as always. O.J. Simpson, I mean, he's the product of his own bullshit. He got away with murder, obviously.
Yes.
But listen, I don't like to see anybody die, but it's just one less bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You hear his funeral procession. The white Bronco is gonna lead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bury him in it.
Yeah.
I don't like to see the guy. I don't see anybody die, but he lived a crazy life, and eventually
he did.
Cancer got him in the end. I mean, he definitely did that shit.
He did. There was rumors that his son was involved.
I don't know. I don't know if the son was involved. I know. I hear all kinds of rumors. He did that shit himself. I mean, he was a bad dude, man. He was a strong, bad motherfucker. So I mean, I don't. There's always a conspiracy. Always like somebody else did this or whatever. But I think he did it on his own.
Yeah. Miss Bell said, if there's a God,
hey,
could he come back and grab Cosby? Bill Cosby's another.
Yeah, but Bill Cosby, that's another motherfucker. Goes, sits in jail, gets out of jail with his fake, I'm blind, I'm this, I'm that, all bullshit, All these guys.
Morello, what's going on? Morella's there. Hey, yes, we missed you.
Richard Morello, what's going on? John. Hey, John, what's going on?
John, what's up, John? John texted me today. He said he was going to watch later on. John, hope your back is feeling well.
Oh, yeah.
Travis Rhodes says he's taking a dirt nap. Yes, he is.
He's taking what's that?
A dirt nap.
Well, I'll tell you, he brought it on himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was killed running back. He said, Travis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, again, I don't want to see anybody die, but it's just
Natalia. How you doing, Natalia?
Hey, Natalia, how you doing? So what was I going to say? John, you got a bad back, huh? John
had a back.
Yeah, because I get like freaking always every time I do shit, my back not only barks, but I get like me and Lee Priest both were like walking crippled because we both got that fucking sciatic with the hamstring, So my hamstrings, I have really big hamstrings, and when they go, woof, and right now they're barking, Lee Priest said, I don't know if you remember, Lee Priest said the same thing. When we were together, we were like, holy shit, we both got, we both can't walk.
Miss Bell said, Greg, is OJ a good guy?
He is now. He is now. He did the right thing.
He is, yes.
No, I was shocked when he got away with that bullshit. You know what I'm
I think that was the entire world.
Yeah, I hear you, John. I was shocked when he got away with that shit. It's just like Casey Anthony, though. You know what I mean? She freaking she gave her kid friggin', what do you call it? Morphine or whatever the hell it knocked you out. Not morphine. It was morphine.
Natalia, Jimmy is in Florida. Did you guys find Jimmy? Where was he in Florida? Yes, Jimmy's in Florida still. Is
he still in Florida? Because Lucia.
He might be driving back. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, he was in Florida because he was whatchamacallit, bringing a boat down. His friend lives here in New York, and he drives a boat. So Jimmy drives a truck. So Jimmy hooks up the boat, and he drives it down. He does it every year, you know. And he goes to Florida and the whole bit.
Oh, George, thank you for the super chat, brother.
George.
Got his second and last one on May 10th. Can't wait. That's, I guess, his back.
Oh,
yes, Mel, money bought him freedom.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What's John getting his second one? Sir, you're not getting surgery, are you, John? Don't get surgery.
I'm not sure. Travis Rose says, what about that poor Steinway girl? I believe not that her killed by that guy that shouldn't have been killed in the United States. That was really sad.
There's a lot of that going on, though, with these, you know, according to Joe Biden, you know. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man? Kevin, how you doing, brother? You're looking good. I saw pictures of you and your family on Instagram. You're looking good, Kevin. And Jimmy the Florida, he's supposed to be coming on soon, but I don't know.
Yeah, my girlfriend just talked to Jimmy this morning. I think. I think he's back. You know, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, you know, like you know, with the Kate Steinway and everything. You know, that shit is they're savages now. They're not letting people in, you know, like that are coming here to fucking work. They're letting, you know, they're letting gangbangers. What's happening is they're opening up the jails and they're letting their, you know, they do what Castro did. You know what I mean? Just go get the fuck out. We don't want you here. Go. Here's how to get to America. Go. You know, they even give books out on how to do that shit. You know,
Frank from the gas.
What's going on? Frank from the gas station.
Yep.
But you know, so this, you know, it's a lot of bullshit.
Thank you so much, Miss Bell, for the $20 there for the coffee for me and Greg. Well, hopefully you can have one day.
Yeah, root beer soda for me, diet root beer. But what was I gonna say? You know, so I know that I mean Johnny Bravo yesterday was saying that I think that what's his name is pissed off at me and him. What's it, Fuad over all that stuff, and he wants to know why we're attacking him. And I just say, listen, you know, I have nothing against the guy. I don't hate the guy or any of that stuff. I don't hate anybody. I just
Joe V, what's up, buddy?
Who's that?
Joe V.
Oh, Joe V. What's going on, Joe?
Joe V.
You know, by the way, my name was supposed to be Joe. It wasn't supposed to be Greg. My mother had a stepfather that she hated his guts because he was one of them bad stepfathers, you know. Because my father's name was Joe, you know. So they wanted to name me Joe Valentino. And my mother's like, look, I'm sorry. I'll name him whatever you want, but I can't name him Joe because I'll think every time I call him, I'll be thinking about, you know, that son of a bitch or stepfather. So otherwise, I would have been a Joe V too. But what the hell was I saying? You know, so yeah, so
bad thing
that guy Fuad's mad and shit, and you know he doesn't understand it. It's not like I have something against him. I don't hate anybody. You know what I mean? I don't care. I have no feelings one way or another. The feeling I have is people like you, Joe, who went and saw Sam Salik, and you know they take your money and they make you stand online and then treat you like you're a piece of shit. And when you try to talk to him, and not talk to Sam. Sam was nice, but Sam can't talk without those guys saying you have permission to talk, but you don't have permission to talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the stuff. So if I doubt Fowd's watching this, Fuad, whatever his name is.
Fowd is let's just say he's not really approachable.
Right. But I mean, you know, he tells people shut the fuck up, you know, and I don't like when you treat people like that. I don't like that. So that's, you know, when he wants to know, I'm not picking on him, but that's my beef. You said, what's his beef? What's Valentino's problem? I don't have anything against him. It's that you treat people like shit. And, you know, even Joe right here went to see Sam Salik and you know, you got to buy this, got to buy that, and shut the fuck up. Don't ask Sam questions. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know, if any of you guys are
can you hear me?
If any of Joe's friends are out there watching, stop fucking calling him.
Yes. Natalia says, can you show a picture of your parents, Greg?
My parents?
You have them all around your house.
I do have them all around. The problem is they're all on the wall. My mother was a model for the Ford Modeling Agency. She died young, though. Wait, let me see.
Greg's mother is very pretty.
You can't see, like, I'm looking for one that's loose that I can stand here and show you. This is a computer. If it was a phone, Let me see if
We'll
I can.
try and get something for you, Natalia. We'll show you something.
Well, don't
maybe
rip
next
it
week.
off the wall, Lucy. Don't rip that one off the wall because I'll never get that back on.
Yeah, Natalia, Lucille, try and find something.
Yeah, we'll find something.
Yeah, Greg's mother's very pretty.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, my mother was.
How did you become? Her. I don't know. How you did get looks.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Right here. What about? No. What about one of these? Right? No. Yeah, that's not. Give me the one in the middle. Yeah, give me the middle one. Just the middle one. I mean, I have I have a gazillion pictures of them all over the walls in here, but let me tell you something about my parents. Okay, that's.
Well, I just want to. There's your parents right there, right? Your wedding.
My father and my mother.
Yes.
Okay, my father and my mother. My father was actually a pretty good-looking guy too. Wait, I gotta go this way. That's my father and that's my mother. My mother was a Ford model. My father was a very rugged guy. I always forget this story. Like, I have a fear of water, right? Like, if you ask me what's the worst way to die, a lot of people like fire. For me, it's drowning. And the reason why I don't remember this, but I was like 1.5 years old, and my father was a famous artist. So the company he worked for, they had like a barbecue or some shit, I don't know if it was 4th of July. I don't remember. I was like 1.5. But my mother had always told me, I walked off a pier. There was a pier there, and they were like, it was, down by, I think it was Rye, New York, where the playland is and all that shit, the ocean and everything. And I walked off of a pier, and the water was like 12 feet deep. Ooh. And I went all the way down to the bottom, and my father dove in with his clothes and pulled me up. So,
wow. That's crazy.
Maybe that's why I
so much, Kevin.
Water.
Kevin, much love to you too. Kevin sent us $20 tip.
Oh,
much
Kevin,
love to you.
Thank you.
Momo merch will be purchased shortly. Okay, Kevin. Cool.
Is it Kevin Cowan?
Yes, Kevin. I always see his pictures on Instagram. He's always working out stuff. Good guy.
Greg, was she a tall lady? Everybody was. I'm the only one that's freaking short in the house. My mother was probably like, I guess 5'4", but for a woman, that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? But she was. I got her modeling pictures. I could show you modeling pictures. Yeah. They're all over the house, but a lot of them are nailed to the walls. I can't. Yeah. My father was like, he was 5'10", maybe 5'10", 5'11". He wasn't like huge. He wasn't super tall, but he wasn't short. I'm 5'6", and
how did they meet? How did they meet? Your parents, how did
they met on a blind date. Like, actually, my mother didn't like my father when she first met him because, my father's like, super guinea, you know what I mean? And my mother's Italian too, but my mother was from the Bronx. And I don't know, my mother was kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? She had a rough life. So she would go to Mexico and all over the place. Like, her and my grandmother, they would, they would like, she'd get my grandmother drunk and stuff, like they were like good time girls, my mother, and she had like, Victor Mature, who's an old 1950s actor. He tried to pick my mother up on a boat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mother had like a lot of my mother, because my mother was a model. But they met actually to a blind date, and then they were both older though. See, my parents didn't have us till they were in our 30s. You know what I'm saying? So they were both older. I mean, these weren't young kids here. They were already in their 30s. My mother and my father were already in their 30s. So.
Well, John Salty said his wife is a 5'11", and she modeled for Ford. Wow.
Oh, really? My mother's Ford modeling in the 50s. Madeline Masters, a very famous woman back then. Their parents, family owned. Like, matter of fact, Rod Stewart sings a song with Madeline Masters. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That was my mother's like buddy and shit like that. And like Madeline Masters gave her dog.
Brother John, nice. I'm glad. Well, John Mancini jumped on. He said hello.
Hey, John, what's going on? How you guys doing?
Yep, we're trying to get Mr. G to come on. He might be coming on soon. I don't know.
Mr. G might come on if he's
on.
But so that's that's the name of that.
Travis wrote, "Is that where you got one green eye from?"
No, my eye was an eye injury, and I got hit in the eye with a wire that had blinded me, and and it hit me like this. I was sleeping, and I was. A lot of people don't know, but I did a small period of time. I was a police officer, but I basically was doing part-time police. That's how we did it. We graduated police academy in 1984. And it put us on. I was like low level bullshit. So I went in and we used to work 7 to 11. So I worked 7 to 11. I got home. Excuse me. I worked 11 to 7, and I got home and I went to get a drink of water. I was like a little bit out. So I put the water by the side of the bed, and there was like a fucking needle that poked me in the arm. And I'm like, what the fuck is it sticking out of the bed? So it was like a wire, like a piano or a guitar string, I think like that thick. And I pull it like this, and I wound it up, and I threw it in a garbage pail. And don't ask me what made me do this, but I looked over the garbage pail and unwound and cut my eyeball. And basically blind. Your eye, though, is a giant lens, right? So as long as your retina is still okay, once the retina gets fucked, you're bad. Yeah. So I've had a lens implanted in my eye. They took me to the hospital. I was in there for a while, and then they had to implant a lens in my eye. First, the eye had to heal. Then I went back, and then that's when they did the operation. I was starting to get that Incredible Hulk eye, like a white eyeball. And they went in there, and they fucking, they suck out the cataract that formed. They took out my lens. They implanted a lens, and they shaved my cornea. I have a cornea transplant, and they shaved it. And now I can see, but the only thing is my pupil is permanently paralyzed. Open. That's why I wear the sunglasses, because I can't see. Like yesterday, it was a little bit overcast at one point. I went outside for just a minute with my girlfriend, because we were fucking around with the statues. I came back inside. Now I can't fucking see out my left eye now. So now I had to put the sunglasses on in order to go back. Because if even in overcast, because the special rays that the sun emits inside, if there's lights, that's why a lot of times when I do interviews, I tell them, like when I did the show, with Hulk Hogan and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Vice, right? I the producer already knew me, so it was okay, but he said to me, don't worry about it, just wear the fucking glasses. Because sometimes I tell them if there's all lights, and they're in front of me, I can't see, like I've done a lot of TV shows like that. And then I have to squint. Sometimes you'll see me squinting like this or trying to keep my eye closed, but I won't be able to see. I'll have a big spot in front of my eyes and I'll stay there. Like if I'm driving and some asshole does the brights on me or driving behind me, with his brights real blind, I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked now. I pull over. In the old days, I want to fight everybody. Now I don't do that stupid shit. My girlfriend, when she first met me, I want to fight everybody. I don't do that anymore. I'm like, okay, you know what? You're an asshole. Just pass me. I don't go crazy. I don't get stupid. I don't get the finger. I just pull over, let him pass me, and then I go, because otherwise I can't see. I'll have a spot for that's just from headlights too. So, but anyway, it's an eye injury, and if that didn't happen, I probably would have worked totally full time, and then would have been a police officer from 1984 to whatever. Yeah. Well, but I don't talk too much about that. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm a little embarrassed because, I wore the orange jumpsuit and everybody knows, and I wore both. So everybody knows that. You've seen pictures of me in the police uniform and everything, right? You've seen it. Yeah. I can't put it. I can put it in. I mean, if we had a way to put this shit up, I can fucking text it to you right now and put it up. But there's no pictures on the wall. I don't really put pictures of myself like that. You know what I mean? Yep. Unless it's in a picture. So I don't put pictures of myself on a wall because I'm not one of those people like, oh, look at me, Yep.
Mike Russo, what's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
Mike, how you doing?
What's going on? Carlos Juarez, how you doing? Is Mr. G going to go off on David and John? Natalia asked the same question.
You know what's funny? I got to tell you, I talked to George, about it, and he's not you know what? I this may sound crazy to you guys, but Dave and John love George, and George loves them. They're on a different wavelength. You know what I mean? You know how you might have a friend at ball breaks? Okay, I got a few friends at ball break. Okay, one of them I think was on last night under a fake name. And if he's watching, I caught your ass. When I said it was you, Anyway, They like the ball break. So what they do is like, when George is on, George, how do you chew the cookies? You got no teeth in the back of my George's like, what are you talking about? I got fuck. They're constantly, George, stick with one cookie. Don't they? Constantly breaking balls. But that, don't do that. And especially don't do that online. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a fucking thing, if you think that the video shows him and you think it's comedy or whatever the fuck, you don't fucking put him down in front of everybody, especially he's your boy. You call him privately and you say, bro, what the fuck? Is this true? Is this a video legit? Do you want me to put this up? Whatever. But you don't put it up and then making fun of him. So George feels like, okay, listen, he's upset. He's definitely fucking, I'm telling you, he's definitely upset. Is he mad that he's going to punch them out? No. But he would let them get in the ring with him and show them, like, listen, you want to see, you think I'm a joke? You think this is fake? Mm-hmm. In the ring. Listen, he trains with that guy. What's his name? The fucking
Rosa.
I was going to say Rossi. Rosa. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that guy's a fucking UFC champ, and he trains with the guy. I watch his training videos, and I know. Yep. And the guy does the same thing as George. He'll stand there, be throwing punches in the air. They take the fucking heavy bag, they throw it on the ground, and they're punching a heavy bag on the ground. I watched him do it. I watched the guy Rosa do it. Okay? It's the same fucking training. What are you supposed to do? Get a guy, fucking lay him on the ground, start ground and pound his face? You can't, come on. When they spar, it's a different story. But, you got to watch because then you fuck a guy up like that and just, in training. Yeah. But George is like, listen, if you guys want to come down, bring your cameras. You could train with me. I'll show you how hard I can fucking hit. Or you can watch me train for real and you can talk to the guys in the gym that are doing the same thing. There's champions in that gym. He trained with oh fuck, man, I'm like Frankie Edger. He trained with some really fucking pro guys, George. Yeah. He's not training with punks, bro. He's 66 years old. He's fucking rolling with Frankie Edger and guys like that. There's the other one too, the Alvarez. Yes. He trained with Alvarez. And he trains with these guys for legit. So, when you're fucking breaking his balls like that, he knows that Frankie Edger could kick his ass and Alvarez could kick. He'll tell you, I'm not in their league. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But, just like you see some bodybuilders training and there's some of them are pro bodybuilders and the guy that they're training with's really not really that jacked or maybe he's kind of chubby or maybe, he's not trying to compare himself with those guys, but he's legitimately training. And he doesn't like that. And he feels like, hey, Brian Pablo, what's going on, my brother?
Ben Garcia. Ben, how you doing, Ben? Ben said, hi, Greg.
Like, that's the way it is.
Greg and Joe, as a big pro wrestling fan and bodybuilding fan, I'm happy Joe has Wrestling Legends on. Yes, I got a bunch of Wrestling Legends coming on. Down in Dallas, Page is coming on. I got a big one coming up. I got some people I'm talking to that'll be really big. I don't want to say who they are now, but a couple Greg knows who they are. They're really big people. Let's see.
I'm clearly saying that Frankie Edger is a friend of his. Frankie. See, remember, George started training in Tom's River, and I'm not sure, but I think that's where he trained with Frankie Edger. I'm pretty sure that's where it was, and that guy Alvarez. I think it was in Tom's River, but now he trains with a whole bunch of other UFC guys, And
how you doing, Homeless Project?
Oh, Homeless Project, what's going on? And Ben Garcia, what's going on?
We the People, how you doing, brother? Inglorious Blunder, I don't know who that is. How you doing, man? Just trying to get some more shout outs. Brian Pablo, what's up, man? Hope your job is going well. Your new job. Gypsy Joker, hello. Trying to get a lot of these shout outs here.
Brian, Brian had said something to me, like I knew he was getting new hours. I forgot. What is your job? Is Brian a police officer too or something like that? Or
no, but he did get a new job. I don't know.
I know he got a job. I remember him telling me, Brian's my boy. He's a good man. Brian's a very good man.
Where does Mr. Dree train? Do you know?
John's right. John Saludi is right. He trained in wait, I keep calling. Yeah, Saldi. I'm sorry, John. I know I'm saying your name wrong. I do that with everybody. Don't feel bad. I call my girlfriend by the dog's name and everybody else. John's right. Frankie Edger, they train it in Jersey. That's where George started to train. I forgot the name of it. Top Team. I think it's called Top Team, maybe? Is it Top Team?
Tom's River, New Jersey.
Yes. Okay, so that's where George got his start, at that gym. And I believe it's called Top Team. Or no, Nick Catone's. Nick Catone's, I think it is. All I know is that's where, he rolled with these guys. And when they start busting George's balls, that George is like, well, come on down. Okay, I did say it right.
Mark Henry's gym?
Well, Mark, dude, I know Mark. Went to a strip club with him. Dude, there'd be like 10 girls in a strip club, one really fucking butt ugly girl, right? And that's the one he thinks is hot. He's over there with his cell phone out taking videos. I'm like, oh my God, bro. That girl's fucking nasty. She shouldn't even be up there. And he's thinking, oh, she's hot. Bro, his hands are this fucking big. I mean, like, get his big. Bro, his hand, he can palm your head. You have no idea. Mark Henry's a great guy. Boy, is he strong. Oof. My God. Yep. If he wanted to kill you, he could snap your neck. He's fucking big. He's got to be 400 fucking pounds. And his hands are bigger than a baseball mitt. They're the biggest hands I've ever seen. My father had fucking mitts on him. But this guy, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy Christ, his hands are
Brian Pablo works parts interpreting for a machining company. Oh, wow.
Okay, Brian, I don't know why I thought it was a police job. I talked to a bunch of people in here, and somebody just started working on a police department, something like that.
Mm-hmm. So who's going to Jersey, Greg, next week?
Who's that?
Who I might see on Tuesday. Do you know the guy Dog the Bounty Hunter?
Yeah.
He's going to be doing a book signing over here in Ridgewood, and I might see him. I'm not sure.
Wow, you find all these guys. I don't know how you do it.
All of them all lined up, because when they come to Jersey, they got to meet one person, right?
There you go. That's it. They got to meet Jersey Joe. I don't know how you find these guys, but you get them all. Good. That's awesome.
You know that.
Yeah. But oh wait, George is saying is that George saying that about Mark Henry being a great trainer? Who's calling? Who the hell keeps calling Joe? Joe, tell your friends to stop calling.
Another one I had to block. Another call coming in. And I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, but these calls just keep coming in. People are trying to call me right now.
Tell them not to call. Yeah. So wait. George was George saying he trains at AT&T? Oh, okay.
That's what he says. George, Mr. G trains at AT&T.
Oh, okay. Mr. G. Oh, Mr. I thought he was talking about Mark Henry.
No. Mr. G doesn't know karate. He knows crazy. That's scarier. Crazy.
I'll just send you $10. Thank you, Brian.
Brian, thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate it, man. I hope your job goes well. If you're here, Lee's not here yet. He might jump on.
He was there. He was on our show last night. He was there literally the whole time. Yeah,
he was here the whole time with you yesterday, right?
Yes, I had to put the kibosh to somebody because they talk shit about his family, and I can't allow that.
Greg, I was going to tell you at the gym the other day, I had an issue with somebody. I've never really. I put my headphones on and work out myself. It was about 6 o'clock. You know what time I go to gym? About 6 o'clock. Yeah. Packed. That's the peak hour. Packed. There's a cable machine it's open. I go to it, but there's something there. So there's like something there. So I go to it. I'm looking around. I asked everybody next to me, you using this? No. So I'm like, okay. I start to use it. A guy runs over from the other side of the gym, goes, hey, I'm on that. I said, you're on this? And he goes, yeah, I'm using this machine and that machine and this one. I'm supersetting. I said, you're supersetting at 6 o'clock peak hour during the gym. I said, you got to be serious. You can't be. I said, you can't be serious. You can't do that. Gym etiquette. You don't do that at 6. Can't hog up 3 machines because you got a superset. So me and him got into a little argument. I told him gym etiquette. I'm like, and I started using the machine, and he walked away. And then people were saying, you're right, because he wasn't on the machine that I was doing for 10 minutes at least, 5 or 6 minutes. Crazy.
How long does it take you to do a set? It takes the average set's like 10 seconds or 15 seconds. You wait 10, 15 seconds, they jump on in. But you can't hug. The worst is in our gym, you get these fucking kids, you know what I mean? And they're on the fucking cell phone, and I asked them nicely.
Yo.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey, you're killing me. You're killing me. Mark Henry is not the wrestler. Mark Henry trains out of New Jersey. Mr. G trains in Florida with another guy. Mark Henry, the guy you're talking about, Greg,
Yes.
that's the wrestler. Yes, he's 400 pounds.
Yes.
The other Mark Henry owns a pizzeria in New Jersey. He trains guys out of his gym. All right. Goodbye.
Thanks for popping in, George. Thanks for popping in, George.
By the way, if you guys want to know, that's Joe's brother.
That's my brother.
That's his older, bigger brother. I mean, his younger. Bigger brother. No, I'm kidding. That's I thought, yeah, because I know Mark Henry, myself, and Bob Bonham went to a strip club. It's the worst strip club, really a shithole. And he's over there fucking taping girls and stuff. And ugliest girl too. I'd be like, I fucked that one, and maybe that one. And he'd be like, oh, I like that one over there. I'm like, not that one over there. Yeah, bro. And I'm like, oh my God. You know?
Yeah, but that's bad.
Guy. He's a fucking great guy. I love Mark Henry.
Yeah, but the gym etiquette thing, I think you need to,
people. Do we get guys that sit on the fucking thing, or chicks that sit on there and they're fucking videotaping themselves, or they're actually playing games and shit. And I'm like, I try to, I'm a nice guy, so I don't want, I tell them, come on, I gotta get on there. You can't fuck around. You can't just sit there like that. And even, the owner's my friend. He doesn't like that. He'll come out and be like, yo, you can't do that. You can't sit on the machine and be like playing do. You know what I mean? Like the fuck.
If there's a girl sitting on the machine, she's on the phone, I'm gonna go up to her and be like, can I get your number so I can text you after you're done? But come on,
That's like, what's his name? Oh God, Rob over there. Jesus Christ,
Eric.
Frank. No, Robert Franks. I love when he does all that shit. This is the way to get somebody off the fucking machine that you want to get. Get the fuck off the machine.
Yeah, Robert Franks. He trains works out at Retro in Fairfield.
Yeah, I know Robert. He's a good guy. I can't fucking. I don't know what the hell's the matter with me. I got to take the game face today. I'm fucking shot.
You know Robert too?
Oh yeah. With me and Joe Pietaro, we used to interview him and stuff. He's actually a good guy. Nothing like the character, dude. The fact that he plays that character is ingenious. It's ingenious, that character. I love it. I love though Eric Kavinsky, that guy. I don't know how even Big Rob, not for nothing. I don't know how those guys can walk in a Walmart, because I'm silly. I couldn't come up to some old lady and be like, excuse me, can you pull my finger? What? You know what I mean? Like I couldn't do that shit. I'd be like, oh, like silly. Like my friend used to call these chicks, right? And he would prank them, and he would be like, yo, this is Joey. And the girl would be like, who? Joey, Joey. Oh, I can't believe you don't remember me. I'm so upset. We met a couple weeks ago in a club. We made out this. And then by the end of the fucking conversation, she'd be like, Joey, I'm so sorry. She has not, like she's, like he would, my friend used to do it. I was like, I don't know how you do that shit, because I would get silly,
William Allen said the reason he put a full gym in his house is so he doesn't have to deal with people. You're so right. Some of these people are ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. But wait, do you know Charlie Arms at all? Or you like the stories about you? Because Ben, let me tell you something. That motherfucker had long black hair, big fucking sideburns, and that was a very bad dude, bro. He was a bad motherfucker. You don't want to fuck with that guy.
I heard stories. I never met him.
Woof. I mean, he did like 20 years in prison. He was like he used to collect money and shit. He was a bad. I love the guy. Now. He's, now he's older. But when I was a kid, man, I had that big mop with curly hair too.
Yeah.
Get up, machine. Get up. Come on. I need those dumbbells. Come on. Put them down. You're done. You did enough. Let's go. Go over there. And I go over there. I'm doing the other thing now. I come over. Come on. I got to use that now. Get that. Go over there now. Get out of here. And, I was 15 years old. I was like, holy shit.
You had the broccoli hair.
I had the broccoli hair. Yeah.
Yes, you had the broccoli.
I had that thick, curly fucking mop, but.
Big now, look at that now.
Now I have my sister had fucking the thickest hair, like really thick hair, So but she didn't lose her hair. I did. Charlie Arms was friends with my pops. Oh shit. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, John Saldi. Yeah, he John. Yeah, because you're from down that way, right? And yeah, Charlie Arms was. Whew. Your dad will tell you that was one guy that you didn't want to piss off. I mean, he was a big man. And you know what? He swears, though, Charlie swears that he didn't take steroids back in those days. Now, maybe he didn't. But he had some fucking big fucking arms. He had like 21, 22-inch arms. He had arms like Arnold. You know what I mean? Back, you're talking, I was in that gym, you know, with him and shit in 1974 and 1975. That's back then. You know what I mean? So that was some pretty big, you know.
Greg was Sam, Ben says Greg was Sam Salik and Daddy before Sam Salik. Greg was, and I'm going to tell you guys, in the 90s, before the Instagram and all this stuff happened, Greg was the guy. And everyone, he would walk in a club and everyone would just look at him and come running to him. I mean, you guys see him now, you don't know what Greg looked like.
Yeah, I was really big. When I was juiced out of my mind, taking so much steroids, I was taking boatloads, you know what I mean? Jugs. Yeah, I probably had a gallon of fucking steroids in me at one time. But and I loved it. I was so big. But I was good to Bob Bottom used to say, I can't stand going to clubs with you. Because I'd stop and talk to every single person. And you know, dude, I'm 5'6", so everybody's tall. They got the fucking no shirt on and shit. Yep. I'd get their sweat on me, and you know, all I smelled was breath. You know, people fucking sitting in that club, you know, partying and fucking dropping. Next thing you got that cotton out there talking in my face, and I'm like, holy. Yep. Yeah. But I was super, super jacked. You know?
There would be. I remember Greg would be sitting in the Sound Factory, and there would be lines of people waiting to talk to him.
Oh, yeah.
Can I see your arms? And we didn't have cameras back then.
You know what it is? Girls remember in Sound Factory, in Bigger, Stronger, Faster, I talked about this. The guys would actually mush they'd walk in and they're kind of built, you know, and they got the hot girl on their arm, and they'd see me and they'd literally mush their girlfriend in the face to come talk to me just about steroids. Bro, let me ask you a question. Now, I've been running tests with DECA. Should I be like adding like, you know, like that kind of shit? Mm-hmm. And I'd be sitting there doing seminars and talking about, you know, and I'd be into it. I King Kamali, all these other guys. It was just funny because
it was fun. It was really funny.
Bob Bottom used to get frustrated, bro. I can't go to the club with you anymore. It's ridiculous. We can't walk fucking 5 feet, you know?
Yep. I remember seeing like 10 girls just sitting there with their arms crossed, waiting for their boyfriends.
Yeah.
And they were just sitting there pissed because they want to get dance and do whatever, or waiting to talk to you.
Well, they always want to talk about steroids too. Guys would always be like, dude, okay, now what are you doing? Like, do you think like if I mix this, and I'd be sitting there doing like fucking bodybuilding seminars and shit.
Yep, in the fucking club in Sound Factory. Greg would have a seminar.
If Bob Bottom was here talking, he'd be like, oh my God, he would go crazy. Because sometimes we couldn't even make it deep into the club. We're still towards the front door, for Christ's sake. And people be stopping me. And, you know, he's with me, you know, and I'd be with, you know, a bunch of guys and stuff. And
a line either. I remember they always let you go cut in.
Yeah, they used to let me in free sometimes. Plus, we knew Paris, the girl at the front door. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they used to always let you in because we would be waiting online, and then we would see you come, and we were like, "Holy shit!" Because you can't miss you. You were so big.
One time I went in there, I had a baseball hat, and I had like a fucking chain with my keys hanging, and I had a cutoff Yankee jersey, and I just had jeans and shit on it, and Paris goes to me, Greg, come on, look what you fucking like. That look is not cute for this club. You know what I mean? Like she was like breaking my balls. She let me in, but I'm like, come on, you know, because I look like fucking. It looked like I didn't give a fuck. I was just there, you know. I looked stupid. I have pictures. I got a lot of pictures in the Sound Factory and Exit and all this shit. I
have a couple, but it was with the Kodak. Remember the wind up little Kodak?
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't cell phones really that much.
That's what we took. I had a few pictures.
The little Kodak one, you had to like wind and then beep and then do that shit.
Yeah, because this was the '90s when I was. You know, there was no cameras or any
cell phones. Like people didn't have cell phones like today. Yeah, so everyone had to do it, and they would you'd have to sneak that in because they wouldn't really cameras. They didn't want in the club that much, you know, because.
Like I said, she would let me in, and then I would. A lot of times we wouldn't pay. You know, Bob and I. You know, we knew all the bouncers and everything like that. You know. And you know, even some of the bouncers would be, come here. So, hey, dude, let me ask you a question. You know, and they start talking about the steroids. I'd be like, oh my God.
Yep, exactly. Monster Tune. So, what did you think of WrestleMania?
Yes, John. What's that?
What did Joe think of WrestleMania? I thought it was great. I thought it was great. I think The Rock made it great again, bringing him in as a heel and stuff. So I thought it was pretty good. See what the future brings. I bet you though, Roman Reigns comes back as a good guy. They're going to do something with him, but we'll see. It's interesting again. You know?
Yeah, I never watched that shit. I only watched it when in the 90s because my son was in that, and I used to take him to WWF Cafe, and then we'd go to the meets, and I remember the guys coming out looking at me because I was real jacked and shit. You know, we were at the what used to be called the Felt Forum. It was now it's what the hell they call it now? What do they call the Felt Forum now? It's called the back in the Madison Square Garden. It's Madison Square Garden, but it's the back end of it. It's called what the fuck's the name of it? Not the Palladium. What the fuck's the name of that? It's somewhat a P, I think. Anyway, we go there and shit. You know, I bring my son, and you know, the wrestlers would all be like, "Holy shit!" You know, I was just out of my mind. What the hell's
Yep. You needed Stone Cold. Yep. Yes, Miss Bell. We need Stone Cold to come back. Yes.
Stone Cold says so.
Let's see. Greg in his younger days reminded me of Paul Roma, right, Joe? Yes, he had a little bit. He was bigger than Paul Roma, though. Greg was bigger than Paul Roma.
I don't know who Paul Roma is.
He was a wrestler back in the 90s, and he was jacked, but you were 10 times bigger than him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was. When I was natural, I was fucking
jacked
too. You know what I mean? Not for nothing. I was.
Remember, actually, a lot of people asking you in the Sound Factory for some reason, not only to feel your arms, but people wanted to arm wrestle you. I don't know why. I remember people asking.
Okay. I would get that sometimes, dude. You want to, you arm wrestle and shit. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? Only because,
the Paramount? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, the Paramount. Thank you, Joe V. Thank you. The Paramount. I said it began with a P. I keep thinking Palladium. My brain is shot, you know? The Paramount. They would wrestle there and shit. And all the wrestlers came out because I'd be sitting like 2 rows from the thing. And, they'd all be coming out, looking out, and they'd be asking me like, yo, like who I am and stuff, because back then I was really jacked. I mean, I was fucking.
You were jacked.
Mine, and it would make my son all happy because he would reap the benefits of that shit. Just me and my son would go.
Yeah, of course.
John
said Ultimate Warrior was his favorite. Dan Solana said Scott Steiner was jacked. Scott Steiner was jacked, but also I'm going to tell you, I know Scott Steiner, not the friendliest man. Just put it that way.
A lot of those guys are dicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Scott Steiner's not the greatest.
My girlfriend just put up a picture today on Instagram. So if you guys want, you can go over Instagram and you can see people always say, what is your girlfriend like? I go on Instagram, you'll see. But my Instagram. But she just put up a picture today on the story time part, because I don't know how to do any of that shit. And she put up a picture of Kurt Angle putting me and Bob Bonham in a headlock in a parking lot. We were in Strong and Shapely parking lot.
Yeah.
And I was fucking around with Kurt. And then he put me in a headlock and he put Bob Bonham in a headlock.
It reminds you of Ted Arcidi. You remember Ted Arcidi?
Yeah, I know Ted. I remember Ted Arcidi. Sure, I don't remember him being a wrestler. I just remember him breaking all the records and benching. You're talking. That was like early '80s.
Yes, early '80s. Yes, early '80s. Yeah.
Early '80s. My friend beat the Tony Atlas in a bench contest.
Brian Pablo said, "What happened to Steiner?" Well, Brian, I could tell you that I go to a lot of these conventions. I know a lot of the wrestlers. I know a lot of their agents and handlers. I get a lot of them. Scott Steiner, let's just say like Lou Ferrigno. Okay, put it that way. A little bit like Lou Ferrigno. You know what I mean, Greg?
Yes, I do.
Exactly. He's not warm to people. Money talks.
There's a lot of guys like that. Like, I remember. I think I told you. I took my I used to bring my son to the WWF cafes before it was WWE, and they would just did what's his name? I was real big, so everybody thought I was a wrestler when I would go in there. So all these people would fucking run up to me and shit. And John Cena had just maybe signed a card. He was young. He was really young. And he was talking to people. And when I came over, everybody ran over to me. And then me and him started talking a little bit. He was very nice to me, by the way. John Cena was very nice. He was like into me because I was real jacked. And then we went there, and I think it was like, I forgot which day of the week it was, and they would film a show there. They would actually film a show with Taz. Taz was
he's a wrestler. I remember.
Hosted the show. And my daughter we would eat dinner there, and we'd watch the show, the film, the show. My daughter got up, and she was only 2 years old, and she ran in the middle of the fucking, I had her in a stroller, so it was just me, my son, and my daughter, and I had her in a stroller, and she ran into the middle of the show, and they had to stop the show, and I had to run out there. Sorry. Crazy, my daughter.
Is Vince McMahon finished for good? I think so. I think Vince McMahon's done. I don't think he's coming back. What do you think, Greg?
There's some scandals there.
Yeah, there are.
There is some scandals there. So I don't think he could come back. He's got a lot of problems. Could he do something from behind the scenes and like be, from a distance, maybe still have some sort of say through his daughter, through Paul, which is Triple H? I don't know, but he's got too much. There's a lot of baggage there, and some of those guys that are in the WWE are throwing him under the bus. So there's a lot. He's got a lot of problems.
He does.
Winmore,
what's up, brother? How you doing?
Sorry, Winmore, what's going on, my brother?
Michael Russo said people always want to arm wrestle him when he was on steroids. Yeah, Mike, I know you're pretty jacked. Michael Russo's pretty big.
It was drunk guys that dude, you want to arm wrestle? I'm like, I ain't doing it. My boy Victor did that, and Martinez. I think he broke his, tore his things in his tendons in his elbows. You gotta watch doing that shit,
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
To fights and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, John. Kurt Angle is a really good man.
Yep.
I like him. We spent the whole day with him and everything because he was, he was that strong and shapely, and we were training and everything. And he, we were fucking around with him in the gym, and then we were in the parking lot, and he put us in a headlock. It's on that Instagram. I think Lucia just put it on there.
Yeah. Ben Garcia said, Joe, you would not have interviewed Buff Bagwell 10 years ago. The man was a total asshole. That is true, Ben. Buff was I talked to Buff. He's changed his ways. He's become more of a religious person now. He owns his mistakes. He apologized to a lot of people. He told me I would not have interviewed him either because he was really fucked up on drugs. He was doing 60 pain pills a day. 60 pain pills a day.
I don't know how anybody can do that shit.
That's what he told me. He used to do 60 pain pills a day, and he said his mother would try and hide them around the house because he was so fucked up.
George is here. We were just talking about you, Georgie. Mr. G's in the house.
Mr. G's here?
Yeah, see? Captain Protein Cookie, MMA Kitchen right there.
Mr. G, I'm going to drop a link if you want to jump in with us and talk.
If you want to come on, George, you want to talk? Everybody was asking about you again at the beginning of the show.
About you, if you want to talk, they want to know.
They were asking if you want to kill Dave and John. I told him no, he doesn't want to do that. They're all friends, but that they hurt your feelings and everything. But I said he doesn't want to do that. He wants them to come down and see. George wants them to come down, maybe videotape him training. See, it's for real.
All right, hold on, Mr. G. I'm going to send you the invite. Hold on.
My boy George. What does that say? I can't read shit. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see shit. Is somebody calling Joe again?
No, I'm just sending it to Mr. G. Hold on.
Oh, I see. No, the reason why I say that is because it's black. The screen is black. It went black.
All right, I just sent Mr. G an invite. George, can you get Mr. G an invite for me?
George Zapata, not George, Mr. G, George. There's two Georges.
Yeah, Mr. G and George. Mr. G and George.
Mr. G and Mr. G, George and George Zapata. Mr. G would annihilate Palumbo. And yeah, he's not going to fight. Mr. G he's not looking to fight Dave and John. He's just not happy with the way they, we're supposed to be boys. You got to treat him like a boy, but he's not like he's one of your boys, but he's not trying to kill him or any of that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
They know that. I think that they know that.
I sent you the link, Mr. G. Just jump on when you're ready. It's in your email, your Captain Protein email.
Go to your Captain Protein email, George, and then click on the link.
And click on the link, Mr. G. Everyone's been asking about you, so it's good to have you on here.
Yeah, you would have subjected the first part of this show again, like yesterday again.
Yes, I know he's not Jimmy the Bull, but he's still Mr. G. He's such a great guy.
Who said that? Somebody said that.
Bull. Yes, true. Mr. G is an inspiration, period. That's true. Mr. G is an inspiration. Anyone at his age doing what he does, unbelievable. The guy's
and he takes this shit seriously. If you watch his training videos, he's breathing and he's sweating and he's in there. It's not a joke,
Yeah. And he's doing a great job.
Yes, he is. He's definitely doing a great job. Great. What does that say? Greg might remember this.
Dave and Amanda, come on.
David and Amanda, come on, Greg, let us in.
I don't know what.
Oh yeah, I'm not getting involved in that one.
Yeah, Jimmy the Bull's amazing. Love listening to that guy. Jimmy the Bull is. George, Mr. G's going to be coming on, so send him a link. I sent it to him already.
What is Ben Garcia asking me? Greg might remember this when the Arms Exploding episode came out.
They also
featured
EW Pro Wrestling documentary. I don't know.
Becoming a Bodybuilder. This was on TLC back then. No, I don't really remember. You're not going to believe this, but I don't watch a lot of TV.
Links here also if you want on the phone. We put it in there.
And all those different TV shows that everybody watches and all. I've never ever seen an episode of any of that stuff. I watch Yankee games. I'll watch bootleg movies with my girlfriend. What else do I watch? I watch Fox News. Matter of fact, my boy Charlie Gasparino was on Fox News, was calling me while the show was on yesterday. Mm-hmm. He puts me on with Emily Campagno and all the other. They have a little bit sometimes drinks, so they all get crazy. And I was telling Emily Campagno on there about
Joe, you're a brave post in public. Well, you know what? I can control the back end of the stage, so if people jump on, I don't have to bring them on stage. So
you put the link on here.
Yeah, so people in the chat might see it, but I control it on the back end. So if they jump in, I can
right. So if you try to be silly,
right out. So
George, copy and paste that. Copy that link and just paste it in your browser and then hit on it.
Yeah, Mr. G, if you see it, you'll be able to jump right in.
Right, if you copy and paste that. But well, yeah. So I don't really follow any of that shit. I don't really watch TV. I didn't even know my own. When I'm on TV, like the Vice shows, and I've been on a million TV shows, I don't even know. Usually somebody tells me. Like the TLC show, I didn't know I was on that fucking show. I didn't know. Like I did another show for the BBC, and they cut it up and they put it on TLC. So I had no idea. My friend, the guy who owns the gym I train at right now, he's my childhood friend. He called me up, goes, bro, you're on TV right now. And I go, for what? And he goes, if some man, his arms explode. I go, that's not me. I can't be. He goes, I'm watching. It's you. My father even called me. He said, Greg's on TV. And I'm like, get out of here. What channel? So he's TLC. So we went on there. Sure enough. Uh-oh. That's it, George. We're up.
You were there.
For a second, you were on, George.
For a second, you were on there. Do it again, Mr. G. You were there.
We had you.
We had you, Mr. G. Just click it again.
So, real quick, does Greg do anything for sciatic relief? I do the whole stretching the leg shit. Me and Lee Priest both at the same time. We're both looking at each other like, dude, what's wrong with you? I can't walk my sciatic. Me too. It's not my lower. It's the sciatica that goes down your ass cheek and in the back of the hamstrings and into the calf sometimes, even all the way down into your ankle. So it's not like I'm not talking about lower back where you can't move your lower back. I'm talking about the
George, see the link again. So you see him right there. He's in the chat.
Yeah. So
hold on for a second, Mr. G. Hold on. He's going to send you in here in the chat. You'll see it. Hold on.
Talking about movies, if you get a chance to watch, where'd it go? Scarface in the theater, do it. You mean the old Scarface? I've seen that movie 1,000 times. I think I saw it when it first came out in the theater. Gotta remember, when I was already in my 20s when that movie.
Mr. G, click the link on the bottom. It says Straight Outta Jersey right there. Click that link, Mr. G.
I don't know if you can. It doesn't look clickable. It looks like you might have to copy and paste that. Is it clickable? Yeah. Let me see. I don't know. I'm on a computer, so it's different.
Yeah, not for me. Oh, wait, hold on.
I see it. There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
Mr. J.
G.
All right.
George, everybody's asking how you feel about the Dave and John. Like, I tell them that, no, George is not like, they think you want to kick their ass. And I say, no, he doesn't want to kick their ass. But he's more disappointed as a friend that they're not supporting him. Am I correct or wrong? George?
You there?
Can you hear us, George?
Yeah, I had to click. I had the show play and end on this at the same time.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, first of all, those guys don't know anything what they're talking about. No, number one. They know nothing about training. They see Mike Tyson hit the bag for 10 seconds as hard as he can, and Mike doesn't do that when he fights anyway. He may do that for fight because when Mike is coming in, the other guy is punching too. So I mean, so he's bobbing and weaving and hitting, but MMA is completely different than that. It's a whole nother animal. You have to have a whole bunch of set of skills to be able to go in there. Because if a guy takes you down on the ground and you have zero ground game, you're done.
Right.
You know, so and the training that I'm showing them, I'm training. Charlie Rose is in the UFC. So last year, this year he's in a new organization. He's fighting for the world title. All right. The owner of the place was in the UFC. Charles McCarthy used to fight against. Last fight was against Michael Bisping. There's about 15, 20 pro fighters out of there. And the grappling coach is a guy who trains all the UFC guys in grappling. So I'm around the elite fighters and trainers. Everything that I'm doing is exactly what they do.
Yep.
So when I sped up that thing, they said Charlie Chaplin, because it was sped up because it was 5 minutes of footage sped up to go for like 2.5 minutes. That's the only reason why it was like that.
Right. He just sped it up because he wanted you to see it. So you don't have to sit through 5 minutes of just seeing him ground and pound.
No, you have to, and besides, nobody throws punches like 100 miles an hour. When you film from far away, it doesn't look like the punch is nothing. Like it's not coming fast. You have to, when they were filming, you have to film right up close, and then you'll get behind. Then you'll get the perspective,
right,
of how hard the actual punches and kicks are going. Because Charlie holds, because we just filmed new footage that's up there. I had my film guy come on. He came on and came close, and then you actually see how fast. And when you hit him, when you hit someone hit the mitts like that pop. That means they're hitting them right.
I watched the video yesterday with you, and I got to tell you, you were throwing some heavy kicks, and even Charlie Rosa was saying nice kicks because you were fucking hitting that heavy bag. Those kicks were like a baseball bat hitting that heavy.
My hook. So he can't hold when when I throw a hook. He can't hold his hand when he holds it by the hands. He can't hold it no more because he's getting ready for a fight too. So I don't want to really. At this point, he's fighting May 3rd up in Foxwoods in a new organization called the CES, which is a Northeast organization. They're trying to be like the UFC. So he gets paid. He's getting paid a lot more money. The UFC people don't realize UFC guys, unless you're the top guy, you're getting paid nothing.
Right.
Mr. G, you're an inspiration. Everyone in here loves watching you train. They love. We think you're great. You know, you're doing.
I'm showing. I'm not showing any bullshit. I'm showing exactly the good, the bad, and the ugly of what it takes and what you do to train. Right? Yep. Everything. As far as sparring goes, very little sparring goes on anymore because if you get lit up in training, if you get knocked out in training, or you get lit up, you're compromised now when you fight because after a knockout, you're more prone to get knocked out again. Right? So there's no sense. In fact, he had me do like 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't film it if I sparred anyway. If I'm sparring heavy, like I did one day about 2 weeks ago, he had one of the kids fighters he was training with me. The kid's 25, and he said go 70%, and he had the boxing gloves on, and I had the MMA gloves. So about 60 seconds of part of our circuit was us. He said, just strike. Right. And I lit the kid up so bad. Right. And what happened is after that, the coach said, hey, listen, the next round, just hold your hands, just block. Now I wouldn't show that anyway. And the reason why is why would I embarrass? He's another fight. I'm not going to show how, look what I did to this, look how I'm sparring. Look how I would never do that anyway. You know what I mean? That's why I would never show this. But we don't really anyway.
But you're fighting with guys that are younger than your children. You have children older than
nobody. Look, there's no one they're all 18, 19, 20. There
Wow.
is, and then I'm the next one.
I know. I saw you boxing with a kid he's a young guy and he can move really well. But
I come in, but the kids, I'm bigger. I'm bigger than all them, and then I don't care. You can hit me. I don't even feel you. Look, anybody who's fought, and your brother tell you, I don't feel nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's like it's like you're in this mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, of course, that's the adrenaline.
Yeah,
I've been punched in the blood everywhere, and it was my blood. I didn't know who the fuck's blood it was. You know what I mean? Because I didn't remember even getting hit. George,
I've been doing this for. Look, I came from Nick Catone's, where they just had the guy, where Corey Overtime Anderson's in Bellator. He just won the light heavyweight championship. I was training with I was with them, training with, saw what they do.
Frankie,
right? They do. It's all about form, and it's about footwork too.
Mm-hmm.
Form and function.
Yeah, we got a question for you, Mr. G. They want to know, how much cardio are you doing now?
Doing about 2 hours right now, 2 hours a day, and then it's gonna move up to about 4 or 5 hours of training. Because as far as a fight goes, here's how it works. When they have an event, the promoter has an event,
mm-hmm.
then he contacts the gyms, right?
Okay.
You have fighters. I have a fighter like this. Then they have a matchmaker from the promoter, but then it's up to the gym, right, to send someone up. Now, people used to lie about their fighters. You know, this, like a lot of guys from Brazil would come here and they had 10 pro fights in Brazil, and they come here like their first pro fight. Meanwhile, they're like, second-degree black belts in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So now you can't do that. So now it's hard to do that. And besides, in our coach here, you're not fighting nowhere unless you can fight. Nobody's going to tell you can fight. You may never be able to fight. In fact, the kid that I went against,
mm-hmm.
he wants to fight, but I don't know if he'll be able to because he's scared.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just that you'll see guys again, like, because I just keep coming in, you know. I mean, I can get clipped. I mean, anybody can get clipped. You know, when Tyson talks about fear, I'm afraid of losing. I'm so afraid. I don't want to fucking lose. Wow. You know, I don't want to. So I mean,
remember what I said, that fear, everybody gets afraid, but the difference is the coward runs away while the hero stands up.
That's why I can't. That's what happened, because I went in front of the guy and I was like, he said go 70%. So for 3.5 years, I wasn't able to. I was just, whenever I went with someone, I was just playing. It was like a dance. It was just kind of, I was holding back because I really can't, because I have hard punches and kicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean. It's like this. Don't matter how big you are. It's either you have a hard punch or you don't. It's like throwing a fastball.
Those kicks were fucking brutal yesterday. I saw them.
Yeah, those kicks. But he's holding the mitts up. But I'm big, so I'm kicking.
Heavy bag. When you were kicking that fucking heavy bag, even Rosa said, "Nice kicks, nice kick." You were snapping that fucking thing.
I'm kicking to the leg. I'm kicking to the back of the calf. All low kicks. Mm-hmm. So every time, that's where I'm going to kick. I mean, even though he's holding up there, that's where I would kick. You know, down there.
Now, George, I wanted to ask you, because these people here are wondering about. Because I tell them that you're not like want to kick John Dave's ass. They think like Mr. G.
No, first of all, number one. I don't want to look like a useful idiot on the show. Right. I'm not one of the Howard Stern's asshole dominions. All right. Number one. Number two, there's too many guys on the show. All right. So there's way too many people on the show to have any type of dialogue. Only Dave can do it because he's the moderator. It's his show.
Correct.
You know, so that's his show. That's great. That's fine. It's not what I want to be. I don't want to be. I want to have my own. I'd rather have my own. You got guys talking. Why not have show guys actually doing stuff, like working? Like training. Here's the training tip of the week. Like Armand could do that, or you. I'm just saying, like, and I show me training for the fight. And every week you put new stuff up. Everyone's gonna want to watch it because it's of interest.
Yes.
I'm trying to show that everything leading up to it is healthy. Anyone can do it on their own level. It doesn't mean they're going to go fight. Just means it's a great way to work out and stay fit.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I just wanted everybody to know that we're all boys and we're all still, we're all still.
Look,
the disappointment, the way the treatment is a little bit.
Look, Milos, Milos Saka.
Yes.
Milos trains Dana White, trains all the UFC guys. He's a huge fan. If he knew that I was training for this, he'd be like, "Holy shit, that's great." He would think it's great because I'm sure he probably trains a little bit too like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're a fan of all sports. I mean, the whole point is if you're a competitive bodybuilder, all the guys can't move. They're getting shoulder injuries, this and that. That moving forward, what happens when you're 50, 60, 70? You want to be fit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's what I care about now. I don't give a shit about being jacked anymore.
Yeah. Mr. G, they want to you pitch Dave this idea. Did he decline it? Why don't you tell him this idea?
Jamie Gonzalez.
I said, okay.
Gonzalez.
So Dave has a channel.
Yes.
That has 312,000 followers. He already has it amortized. So that means that if Greg or you, because now Dave is like CNN or like Daily Wire, which is it's an entertainment website.
Yes,
it's an entertainment. You're an entertainment channel on cable. So now he has that. So now he has all these different shows.
Yeah,
the Daily Wire has all these different podcasts that they put on there because they already have this big following. And that was my suggestion was, hey, put us on there because you already have the followers. It's not going to take away from what you're doing.
No.
Now, instead of Greg trying to get his own people and build up and amortize his thing, or even, for example, if you guys, you still have your name, but you're on there under that that whole scope. Now, now you have you're getting 20,000, 30,000 views per thing from the get-go.
Yep.
And you're amortized.
Yes.
And now you're amortized. Now, it's 50-50. Dave, you get it? And then we get it. Whatever, right?
Well, he should let us at the end of the show also promote what we got going on, like in any other show. So what do you got going on? What do you got going on? What do you got? But the other thing is, guys, to help George, to answer this question.
Because right now, what he doesn't understand is I have 268 followers, but in the last 7 days, I have 5,000, almost 4,000 views.
Right.
I'm just
right.
So what I'm saying, we have in the last 90 days almost 35,000 views. Now, if I was on there, it would be 100 times that guaranteed. But it'd be great for everyone. It's not. It's actually adding. And you can see on there. But I mean, look, this is Dave's channel. If you want to do it, I mean, it's up to him. I mean, I don't.
But that's what I was going to say is that to answer Jamie's question, let me just say something. Dave has his own ways of thinking, and we could make suggestions, but it's like, no, he has his own view on things, and that's okay. It's his channel. He has the right to call those shots and everything. And, just like if Lee and Jimmy wanted, they can take that confession show and bring it, to Lee's channel, and they'll get a lot more hits. But what I'm saying is that Dave has his ways. He's not gonna. You're not. I
want to make money. Look, if I want to make money too,
Yeah.
I want to make money. I want to.
Mhm.
I want to make money. So I mean, I want to, and we have something actually that's going to contribute to the whole thing. Hey, maybe because at 66, because you don't have really much. What injuries do you have, Greg?
Well, I don't really have injuries, but I do. I got the fucking sciatica. You get little barking things. Your knees.
But you never had any surgeries on your knees.
No. Thank God. Knock on wood. No. Thank God.
How about you?
I got my hips replaced.
Oh, you did?
What? Yeah. For 60.
So, but you're still in there training, doing. But the point being is that moving forward, as you get older, you want to be fit.
Yes.
And all these things. So there's more of us now coming out, so they want to see all the different stuff you're doing.
Yep.
Right.
But I mean, that's. I mean, look, I'm doing what I'm doing. I decided to do it for a reason. I mean, to show everyone that it doesn't matter what your age is. To show maybe, hey, if you are weight training, maybe you shouldn't weight train. Do heavy, like 1 rep squats and stuff, and maybe you should think about, right?
I agree.
Do you have an opponent and date when you're fighting?
No, because we have to pick first. We got to pick a show.
Okay.
So we got to wait for a show to come up. The next shows are in May. I think there's another in August. So coming up in August. So once, and the issue is the other thing is when I'm training, I can't really train. I have to have someone that's my. I'm probably going to fight at 205, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 195. If I weigh 230 now.
Oh wow!
And I'm pretty lean. I'm pretty lean. But that being said, I don't want my muscle. I want my muscles to be stronger but smaller.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you don't see most because you're quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And your gas. You got to have gas, man. When you get in there, you got a lot of heavy muscle. Big muscles put strain on the heart. Fat cause very little blood flow. Muscle cause massive blood flow. That's why you're never going to see some guy in the UFC that's super jacked, because if he doesn't win in the first minute, he's done. I'm just telling you. I don't care who you are.
The training itself will not allow you to even.
Right. It'll eat up your muscle if you're training right.
Yeah, you see guys in the heavyweights who have a gut, but they're like 60 pounds heavier in the off season.
Right.
So you're not gonna
seeing jacked guys. You saw Mariusz Pudzianowski was probably the biggest guy, and he, as soon as he fought Tim Sylvia, or who had no build at all, Tim Sylvia knocked him out like a.
My one coach fought him, Charlie Rosa.
Oh right,
he danced around. That's why there's like there's a guy who's going to start training with me. His knees got to get better. I grappled with him. We did a grappling last night on the ground, and he's 6'4", 340.
Wow.
And his knee is shot.
Wow.
But he's probably not super jacked. He's probably got a little chunk on him too.
No,
right?
but he just told me he was squatting, and he's 35 years old. He's had like 10 fights.
Oh, Lee Priest is on here now.
Look, hey, Mr. G. Hey, Dad,
wankers. I love that expression.
The wankers. Lee.
Well, if I was Dave, I'd have a film crew filming you every day, Mr. G, just to get a biography of you at 66 years old doing what you do. It's amazing.
You got to see it because what they were looking at was a simulation. That training, that circuit that I was doing, like picking up the bag and ground and pound. You can't do that. You can't do that when we're doing it in training, like light drilling, sparring. When we're doing the MMA, we get a guy in the ground. We're throwing some punches, but we're ground and pounding, but we're just going through the motion. We can't actually boom. And the reason why is it's not a real fight.
Yeah.
But the ground, but that that routine he shows us to do.
Mm-hmm.
A guy just fought last week. One of the guys, I nicknamed him the Lion. He didn't have a nickname. He's from Peru. His name is Leonardo. I go, Leonardo, you have a nickname? He goes, no. And he just got a purple streak down his head. I go, Leo the Lion, man. That's who you are. And that's what they call him in the fight. And he won by exactly the drill that we were doing. He
Really?
He got the guy, and he was ground and pounding like a savage. Because Charlie has us doing two hands up like this, and when you ground and pound, you go. It's like dropping a rock. You go all the way from the top. You don't go like close like this.
Lee's funny.
Lee's making.
Lee just wrote.
Yeah, Lee wrote. Next time
Lee's funny.
His marriage.
Mention his marriage.
Oh boy. Lee, we'll send you an invite, Lee. I'll send you an invite if you want to jump on real quick.
Hey, Lee, we know who wins those fights too, by the way. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put the link in there.
Wait. Like John, I'm around the top fucking UFC guys on the planet, and these guys are gonna fucking tell me that they're wrong.
Hold on.
Like
John was attacking me. Come on, Greg. Come on. That was they swear that you sent that in as a joke. And I kept saying, it's not a joke. That's how he trains, and that's legitimate training. Oh, when I trained for fighting, we didn't train. You didn't train for fighting.
Train for what fighting? Boxing?
No, not even boxing. I don't know. Maybe fucking, I don't know what the hell he meant.
Yeah.
I mean, they
have
have no idea what it takes.
Mm-hmm. What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's up, Anthony D?
Anthony D, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking with George over here.
George, cookies. People also want to know when you're bringing back the peanut butter and jelly cookie.
Oh, the peanut butter and jelly. You mean the peanut butter cup?
Yeah, the peanut butter cup. You bringing that back?
No.
The ones that I ate were amazing. The peanut butter cups.
Not unless someone, because we're gonna start
special order, right?
Yeah, and within probably a month, 6 weeks, we're not shipping it. We're not going to be shipping anywhere to the country. We're gonna start making our product fresh and delivering here in bulk, like your brother does. So university where I live, FAU University, which is Division I, has like 40,000 students. You know, so we want to start targeting just delivering locally and to anybody who wants to order here.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. Everyone go to like I said, Captain.
Right now we still ship out and we have the code Momo Box.
Momo Box.
There you go, the Momo Box. Baby.
Momo Box.
You'll all be getting the Momo Box.
Greg, and if you order Momo and you put the code in, Greg gets a little granola.
Yeah, he has sent me money for people that have ordered with the Momo.
Yeah, well, that's how
I want to see George. You know, George sends us guys on the show. He puts his own money out to make this stuff and then send it to us. Mm-hmm. Okay. And when they critique and they start saying, "Can you do it this way, George? Do it that way." Do that shit privately because he sends that shit for other guys, right, George?
So John said to me a while ago, well, why don't you start? I need more marketing. I says, I don't have enough followers.
Lee wants to.
So he said, well, RX Muscle has 300,000 followers.
Lee, the link is right there.
I go, yeah, John. But you have to every single day. You have to if you want to do that, then put an email out to every one of those 300,000 followers, right? Because I was talking about the bodybuilder who had 500,000 followers.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that when they make suggestions to you, because we're all friends, you should do that off the air, not on the air, and then bust nuts. You know what I mean?
You don't make light of someone's business, how they make a living.
Lee, copy and paste that. You have to copy and paste it in the browser.
Yeah, copy and paste it in the browser. Just copy and paste it in the browser, and you should be able to jump on.
George, Lee wants to come on and talk to you.
Yeah, Lee, he's going to really stir the pot. He's going to really.
I'm going to invite Dave since Dave has his self-driving car he has now.
He has a self-driving car?
Yeah, it's one of the. Yeah, he showed it the other. I mean, he was driving across the Alligator Alleyway.
Oh,
right?
shit, I didn't see that.
There's a highway here called the Alligator Alleyway. It's 100 miles.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hello.
Lee, that David's a self-driving car.
Uh-oh, now it's getting crazy.
Uh-oh.
Hey, he's making 60 grand a week of
I want Mr. G to feel like he's on after hours. Mr. G, you're going to get killed. You're wasting your time. Stop doing it.
You suck. How to fight.
We love you, Mr. G. We just don't want to see you get hurt, but you shouldn't be doing this. It's not going to. Now, if Jay Cutler was fighting, that'd be a different story. We would support Jay 100%.
Or what's his name?
Mr. Olympia.
Jay Cutler.
Or who's the other guy? The blonde-headed dude. Who?
Cutler.
No, Jay, the other guy. No, the guy who's fighting.
O'Hearn. He's talking about Mike O'Hearn.
Yeah, O'Hearn.
Oh, Mike O'Hearn. Now, yeah. And now,
He's
Mr.
not
G,
fighting.
if you're at the caliber of Mike O'Hearn, we might support you and send you some supplements and, talk good about you. But, Mike
Mike's
O'Hearn
not
or Jay
fighting
Cutler,
anyway.
so just wasting your time. You don't have a full head of hair like them, Mr. G, so you're wasting your time. John and I are fighting experts. In all the years John and I have been fighting, we know what it's like to get in the ring, John and I. So, when we did prison time, doing prison time, we got beat around the ring a bit, if you know what I mean. A few people beat us around the ring in jail.
That's funny.
Yeah, they used to fight in the bathroom at jail.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My ring got a bit beat up in there, you know what I'm saying.
Because that's what
Dude, they were in Club Fed, not for nothing, but Club Fed, those guys sit down on picnic benches, enjoy it, eating sandwiches, enjoying the sun. They sit, it's not like, it's not even close.
No, Greg, let me tell you, every day in there, Greg, was life and death. I could have got shanked just going to the toilet, Greg. You don't know what it's like. I know what it's like to get into a place like this. I could fight in the octagon because I used to fight in my little cell every day. It was very hardcore.
It was bad. Where I was lockdown, man. It was fucking crazy shit.
Lee knows. Lee's box. Lee does boxing.
And like I said, when I first started boxing, I was like, fuck, this shouldn't be too bad. I'm just going to do it for cardio. And I'm thinking, fuck, I do treadmill, I do stepper, I'm cardio fit. Well, after a round or two, I'm like, fucking hell, I suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's tough.
And then when you start sparring, especially having a bit of muscle, because you got to feed oxygen to the muscle, and now your adrenaline's going, so your breathing's even more erratic from adrenaline and moving around. It's like you're looking at that thing thinking, fuck, this is the longest 3 minutes in fucking history.
And then you got punches flying. Then you got punches flying at you at the same.
Oh yeah. And that's nothing worse too. When you do get someone, if they do land a good one, and you're like, then you look, fuck, I still got a minute to go. Fuck, just got to survive here. I've got to keep moving.
Yeah, it's true. I'm telling you, it's fucking heavy duty.
Especially when if they see they got you a good one and they're coming at you, and you're just thinking, fuck, I'm going to throw my own fucking towel in.
Yeah. Besides the, then you add in the kicking and the takedown.
That's the thing. I only did boxing, so that's the thing. We're only doing boxing, really. I've only got to watch the hands, but doing what you're doing, you got to watch the hands, and then, like you said, the fucking leg could come out of nowhere, and then when you concentrate on that, they fucking go in and take your legs from under you and tie you up. You're like, fuck me dead. It's all on.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, if you, Lee, obviously, if you decide, any one of you guys here decided to do it, you would go in and you would start training. It would take you probably 6 months before your shoulders wouldn't be sore anymore, but then you'd be good to go. It's not. It's just a matter of whether it
takes you 6 months just for your lungs.
Grappling.
6 months just for your lungs to stop burning.
Well, yeah. Now that your shoulders. So when you're grappling and learning that shit, that's worse.
Well, even just training, even just doing the boxing when I'm doing the sparring or used to or anything like that. you know, because these big guns are heavy. I'll be holding it up here, and my coach will be like, "Lee, your hand's coming down." I'm like, "No, it's not. My hand's in the right spot." All of a sudden, whack! Oh fuck! It must have been just that. They say boxing's just a matter of inches. The hand might have just come down that half an inch, and whack! I'm like, "Oh fuck yeah, it did come down a bit."
When I was 15, I used to
hold my hands like this. This is how I hold my hands like this. This is how I have my hands like this.
That's the MMA way, because you got kicks coming and shit.
I hate boxing gloves, because it's like in hockey when they used to make me wear a helmet because I couldn't skate that good. I used to hate it because I can't see. I want to be able to see. So when someone throws shots at me, when I come in, I'm blocking. I'm doing this like this because I move in forward. That's that's my style.
How long do you grapple for? How many minutes?
It's your first amateur match is 3 3-minute rounds.
3 3-minute rounds, okay.
So I'm gonna be training that I can do 15 3-minute rounds.
Wow.
Or even more than the whole thing is to try and keep yourself healthy too. With the kicks and stuff, like when I was grappling with the guy last night, that's 340 pounds, 6'4", right? Now
hey Skip. You know what's funny, George? When I used to box at the American Legion with Charlie Gasparino and all the guys, we would box. And I'll tell you what, after a couple of rounds, just even hitting the bag, the next day I couldn't even raise my arms.
Yeah, you get
it's a workout.
6 months, Greg. 6 months.
Couldn't raise my arms. I'd even have bicep pumps. I mean, I'd be like this, where you open your arm, and I'd be like, "Holy fuck!" From snapping the hands and shit. It was bad. It was bad.
Well, I just found like even doing even hitting the bag and sparring and doing pads. Haven't done it for like a month now. I've got to get back into it because of that little tear I had, but I got to get back into it. But even that, the next day, because all my life I've stood in one spot doing curls, doing this. So, learning to throw the punches and actually use your hips to throw a punch. When I do that, by the end of the week, my fucking abs, my intercostals are so fucking sore just from all the twisting and fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a great workout. Plus, it's fun. It's not boring like being on, like you're on the treadmill. Like, oh my god.
That's the thing too. It's so weird. I just post a couple of videos of me, like the coach at the time was like, "Lee, you look really good in this. You're moving quick." I posted, people like, "You sped that up." I'm like, I didn't speed it up. I don't know how. And then you get the experts. You wouldn't last 10 minutes in the fucking ring fighting. I'm like, I'm doing it for cardio. I'm doing it for fun. I'm not doing it to be a fighter. They're like, I've been boxing 20 years. I would knock you out. I'm like, well, if you've been boxing 20 years, I should hope that you can fucking knock me out, because otherwise you're a shit boxer, you dickhead. Like the shit people come up with, it's like, I'm just doing it for cardio. I'm not saying I'm going into a boxing match to take on Tyson. I'm just doing
any
it for
guy
cardio,
that says that.
They ain't knocking out nobody. They're not even using the real name.
Nobody's gonna say that. A guy who fights never would say it.
Some guy would do Venom 1, 2, 3. I'll knock you out. Okay, let me see. Talk to me under your real name, because anybody says that shit while they're hiding. Well, they're hiding behind a screen name. Yeah, I fought MMA. I used to box.
But that's the thing. I found that when I was doing it, guys who really did box would see the videos and go, "You know what, Lee, I've been boxing a while and you're doing good." The ones who actually are fighters and respect you, actually, they're not the ones saying, "I'll come beat you up." They're like, "Lee, for how much you've learned, you're doing really good, but maybe just do this." And they give you little tips. They're not saying, "I'll come fucking knock you out. You think you're tough with your tattoos." I'm like, fuck off.
No, they respect the sport. It'd be
like me in the gym. It'd be like me in the gym watching a young kid starting out with a 25 pound on each side, going, "Oh, I could bury you. Come on, let's put 700 pounds on the bar and fucking let's squat heavy, you fucking loser. Come on." Like, you wouldn't do that if you see someone starting out. You'd go help them, give them tips. You're not going to be an arsehole going, "I'll fucking bury you." Fucking get on the Olympia stage. I know you've only been training 1 month. Come on.
They're idiots. But all these guys that talk shit never talk shit under their real name.
No.
So, in other words, because they don't want...
Dave and John do. Dave and John talk under their real name.
Well, you know.
And they will leave shit up there. Dave leaves all these... If a guy comes on there and says some stupid shit, I'm just like, okay, fuck you. You're never coming to my, goodbye.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now he's on RX
just
Muscle.
put him in timeout, block him. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Now he's on RX Muscle. He went on a rant, that I can't fight. Get my money back from my coach. Then now he's calling out the coaches, saying they don't know what they're doing. That my coach is Charlie Rosa, who's in the UFC. He can get beat. He's nothing.
How many days a week you train?
Every day.
Every day. Wow, it's impressive.
Every day. I'm also the biggest thing is my footwork.
Every day you gotta do it.
So my footwork, because what I do is I have this small little like orange cone. All right, it's probably about about inches in circumference. Yeah, Greg, he knows. And then what I do is I move around it, right? Around it, and then I go back and forth. Because the stance in MMA is different than the one in boxing. Because I can't have both feet, forward. The one foot, because otherwise I get whacked, kicked in both. So then
what I don't understand with John and Dave is too. Look, Mr. G's been their friend for how long? Why can't they just be positive, support Mr. G? Yes, you don't want to see your friend get hurt. You can say, look, I don't want to see you get hurt. But Mr. G, if this is what you want and you're going to go for it, I'm supporting you 100%. Just be careful and do whatever. You don't have to fucking make a joke out of him and do all this other stupid shit. If that's your mate after all these years, you give him 100% support. And like I said, I don't want to see Mr. G get hurt. But if this is what he wants to do, Mr. G knows it's a fight. Things can happen. But, if he's confident enough to go in there, I'm going to back him 100%. How hard's that?
That's it.
You know what the thing is that, see, they don't know because they've never fought. But the other thing is, too, is that if you're boys, you got to talk privately. You talk privately. If there's a problem or if they're really concerned, they call you up and they say, George, listen, I'm a little worried. Is this what you really want to do? Is this the right thing? Do you think you're training? And they got to trust you. It's your decision. And, they got to just support you. But you should always not air shit out in public like that. You know what I mean? Like your boys. You never air out your boys' shit in public. That's my opinion.
No, I look, when Dave had Species, went around the country promoting it. If anyone said anything, it says the best protein powder you ever had in your life.
And it is, by the way, by my opinion.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. I mean, I'm never gonna. I mean, it's look, it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna denigrate it and anybody else's stuff what they're doing, especially what they make for a living. Especially friend, you're on thing. I mean, it's how you're trying to make a living.
Right.
You're right. They want to know, Mr. G, are you still surfing?
Yeah, I'm going to surf tomorrow morning. The winds are going to turn west. I'm going to go surf.
Oh, okay.
I use as I'm still doing all that stuff.
Do you ever see sharks out there, George?
What?
You ever see any sharks out there?
Yes. Got chased out by sharks.
You have been chased by sharks?
Yeah. Chased out. Yeah. Got out. Yeah. During the a couple times. So one time I'm surfing Juno Pier. That's where Charlie lives.
Yeah.
And
Charlie Arms?
Charlie Arms. Yeah, Juno Pier. It's a big pier. It's about 25 miles from here, right? And everyone fishes off it. And so on the pier, they're like 20 feet up, so they can see. I can't see. I don't know. I don't want to look to see what's. Right. I know. So all of a sudden they would go. There's sharks there. Right under my feet. There was nobody surfing there. So I got out pretty quick. But then another time we were, I was surfing in Palm Beach County. They call it Reef Road. It's a reef, and during August and September is when all the bait fish run. Really? Billions. Billions of these, and mahi would chase them, but then the sharks, these spinning sharks, we chased them. And we saw and there was a big hurricane swell. And about 500 yards away, we saw the bait fish jumping and the sharks jumped out of the water. Then all of a sudden, within about 5 seconds, they were underneath us.
Oh,
so we had our hands and our feet like this on our board, on the top of our boards, and then we scurried in quick, and then they make a watch for your ankle to repel sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah. So
Like come test that out near me, Mr. G. Where I live in Newcastle, we got the harbour, and just across from Newcastle Beach is Stockton Beach. And if you watch Shark Week, that's the great white breeding area. So bring your board and bring your deterrent, and let's see if it works.
no, I'm not.
Oh yeah, it's got some badass sharks and fucking box jellyfish out there, the irukandji. Now you know what's worse though? Up the top end of Australia, where it's really tropical, surfers and people, tourists go to the beach and they forget we've got 20-foot saltwater crocodiles.
Oh yeah,
you see a 20-foot saltwater crocodile laying on the beach, and you see the photos. Sometimes there'll be a guy surfing, you see the wave coming over, and in the waves this big crocodile. It's like, oh, you gotta keep paddling.
More people killed by crocodiles, I think, than
Jesus.
Oh yeah. Have you ever Google saltwater crocodiles Australia, look how big some of them get. It's like you wouldn't want to be laying on the beach and that thing comes.
No, man, they have me. They're here too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You're jacked. You're jacked.
But they're in the intercoastal. They're not in the ocean.
Yeah.
So Australia is one of my. In fact, they have the World Surf League right now in Australia. They have free contests in Margaret's River right now.
I just saw a guy. Where was it? It's down in. It's one of those things. A guy had just surfed on a wave. It was like 100 and something feet high. This fucking wave. It was like
Nazareth.
Yeah,
that's in Portugal.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, it's like there's like a lighthouse there, then it shows you the wave, and it's just going. You just see this little speck of a guy coming down the wave, and as it's breaking, he's just beating it every fucking going along. You know who's got a shit job though? Those guys on the jet skis that have to go out.
Those guys are savages.
I'm thinking, fucking.
Yeah, those guys are savages. My friends from Long Beach, they're on the one. Two brothers are big wave surfers, and they do that. Now they used to tow in. They used to tow in to the waves. Now they fuck the jet skis. Let's try and paddle into the waves.
Can a jet ski outrun a shark or what? Sharks are fast when they want to go fast, they can go fast. Can a jet ski outrun them though or no? So have you ever seen how quick crocs are when they get moving? I was watching a thing the other day. You know what's really fast in water? You wouldn't think so. Them fucking hippos. You see how fast them hippos can move in the water? Dude, they'll bite one of them crocs in half. They bite them fucking. They sit in the same water. They kill more than anything. Overseas, they reckon more people get killed. I saw a guy get taken by a hippo in this video. He was swimming, and all of a sudden you see this gone, and they got teeth on them like big fucking bricks. Imagine getting fucking chewed by that thing. They kill more people in Africa than lions do. They're the number one killer of humans. They're brutal, bro. And the giant crocs will fucking swim in the same water, and they know don't fuck with the hippos. The crocs don't go after because those hippos they'll go in there and bite them right in half.
I saw them do that. I saw them. A crocodile got a baby hippo.
Yeah, but then they fucking
400 of the hippos went ballistic.
The big hippos they stick up for the others and they go after that fucking croc. Forget it. You wouldn't want to be that. Did you see that video? There's a video there. There's a video of a croc going to get a baby hippo, and all of a sudden there's probably like 25 hippos all getting this croc and throwing it around, and the croc's trying to get out. The hippo grabs it again, and they're just like full on, just fucking. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're crazy. Those hippos are bad, bro. Somebody asked about my park ranger job. I haven't started yet, so I still got to do my resume. My resume will be bodybuilding for 30 years, nothing else. But I had jobs when I was younger. I'm a people person. I know how to talk to people. Pay your fucking parking ticket, cunt. I'm a people person.
Down at the reference.
No, you're a race car driver, Lee.
No, you said for RX Muscle.
RX, yeah.
You're a podcaster, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I say I was on RX Muscle, they might put that as a strike against me. They're like, oh, you're on that show with those people. Well, you're not getting the job. They're very negative. They're very negative people. We don't want you here.
They don't support anybody. Well,
now,
wrapping up now.
We saw what they did to Greg and Mr. G. I'll just tell people that my name's Jay Cutler. From now on, when I go on
Iron Rage. I put Jay
I'll
Cutler
put it
as
on the
my
back.
name. That way, Dave. Yeah, that way, Dave will talk about everything I do.
And it'll promote you more.
And it promote your. Yeah.
Yeah, you should put on your thing
Yes.
below Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
So you can put the tag on there.
Even if I go on TV, if I go boxing TV, if I just want to go outside and have a fart, they will promote it.
Yeah.
Because I'm Jay Cutler.
Well, your whole life was perfectly.
We're gonna wrap up, but I want you
I know.
guys promote, Mr. G. Promote what you got coming up. Promote everything. Go ahead. Each one of you.
Well, and I just training for the fight right now. You know, that's what I'm doing right now.
Perfect.
I got CaptainProteinCookies.com. We still have our product on there. We got Momo code.
Momo code for him. Back. Yep. Let's support
And
Mr.
this
G.
would have been the perfect thing. This would have been the perfect thing for Dave to sponsor
Yes.
Mr. G in the fight
Right.
with Species Nutrition, with the testalized tablets and all this sort of stuff going. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
In his
Yes.
60s. He can do it. He's on my supplements. You can do it. No, rather instead they talk shit about him. Fucking
Exactly.
cunts.
You're exactly right.
There's species shorts, you know.
Yes. Exactly. Well,
Fuck
guys,
this shit. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. Throw it out. Fucking throw it out. Fucking shit. Fuck it. I use Smashing Greens. My friend Mitch Aguiar, I think his name is. He has massive supplements. He has Violent Hippie, but he used to be a Navy SEAL and he's got his own supplements and he has these greens and reds. But if you go to, that's his supplement line there, massive. But great guy. He was an ex-Navy SEAL and an MMA fighter.
Oh,
Wow.
And he
awesome.
started his own supplement company. You should follow him, Mr. G.
Lee, that has the BCAAs and electrolytes.
Thank you, Jovi.
I think these ones do, but it's got a whole range of products with all that stuff in it. But these are just his greens and his reds. But that's the name of the company there, that massive.
Smashing Reds.
But yeah, he was an ex-Navy SEAL and he's an MMA fighter. Really good guy. He's on Instagram, Mitch Aguiar. But if you look at Violent Hippie, he has Violent Hippie clothing as well.
Wow. Well, we're going to
He would
check him.
support you, Mr. B. He would support you because he's an MMA ex-Navy SEAL.
But does he make peanut butter?
What?
Oh no,
Does
he hasn't been on Shark. He hasn't been on Shark Tank, so maybe he's not that good.
If he's not making peanut butter, forget about it.
Yeah.
Fuck him too, then fuck him off.
Throw it all away.
We're going to wrap up, guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for all jumping on.
Ace Sunglasses will sponsor Mr. G.
Ace.
We'll get Mr. G
Ace.
some Ace
All
sunglasses.
right, awesome.
Ace sunglasses. Those are my boys.
All right, guys. Greg,
All right,
Mr.
guys.
Lee,
Thank you, George Lee.
all you
John-
guys in the chat, thank you for coming
Good luck,
on.
Mr. G, in your contest. Everyone out in the water. Sharks in the water. Sharks in the water. Swim, fuckers. Swim.
Right.
Clear the beach. Mr. G's in the water. Look up.
Donald Trump.
Little girls. Mr. G's in the water. Put your top.
Thank you, Michael Rosa.
Oh, shit.
Love you guys.
All right, guys. Thank you. I love you guys. All right.
Never give up. God loves you.